In a quiet little town, nestled under the generous shade of an ancient tree, sat an old beggar. His figure was frail, his clothes threadbare, and his eyes had faded with the weariness of time and the sting of countless disappointments. Day after day, he took his place on the roadside, a silent fixture in the rhythm of the town. The townspeople all knew of him, though few bothered to truly see him. Some, moved by a fleeting sense of pity, would toss a coin or two in his direction. Others, hardened by indifference or prejudice, would look down on him, sometimes letting slip words sharp as knives. Useless, a burden to society, the refuse of life. Through it all, the old man remained quiet, unmoved by scorn or sympathy alike. He knew, or so he believed, that there was nothing left in him worth noticing. Yet, each morning, he kept one habit alive. He would place his hand over his heart, bow his head, and whisper words only he could hear. No one ever knew what he said. They only saw the rare, gentle smile that would flicker across his face afterward. A fleeting trace of something tender and private. One day, as ordinary as any other, a well-dressed man in his middle years happened to pass by. Unlike so many who averted their gaze, this man stopped. He studied the beggar, not with pity or disdain, but with a quiet, searching look. Without a word, he slipped a golden ring from his finger and laid it in the beggar's weathered palm. The old man's eyes widened as he gazed at the gift. His hands trembled, and his voice, thin and uncertain, broke the silence. "Why would you give me this?" he asked, awe and disbelief mingling in his tone. "It's far too valuable for someone like me." The stranger smiled, his eyes warm and sincere. "Because you are too valuable for me to ignore," he said. The old man shook his head, confusion and emotion warring within him. "But who am I? I am no one, nameless, homeless, with no future." The man's reply was simple, yet weighty. "No, you are a human being, and a human being is never worthless." With that, the stranger turned and continued on his way, leaving the beggar still clutching the ring, tears streaking his cheeks. It was not the gold that moved him, but the recognition, the affirmation that he was seen, that he mattered. The next morning, the townsfolk noticed that the old beggar was gone. He was no longer beneath the ancient tree, no longer a silent presence by the roadside. Speculation buzzed through the streets. Some believed he had sold the ring and left in search of a better life. Others wondered if someone had claimed him, perhaps a long-lost friend or family member. But the truth of his absence remained a mystery. Yet, in the days that followed, something subtle began to shift in the town. People started to view those on the margins with new eyes. The beggar's absence had left a quiet mark, a lingering question in their hearts. They softened their gaze, offered more gentle words, and, for the first time, extended hands of kindness to those in need. Even if apologies were never spoken aloud, a hush of regret and humility swept through the community. This simple story leaves behind a profound silence, a space for reflection. It is all too easy to judge others by their outward appearance, by their successes or failures, by what they possess or lack. But there is a deeper wisdom that sees beyond the surface, a divine perspective that perceives the heart, the true source of worth in every person. While people often look at what is visible, the divine sees the soul, the dignity that no hardship or poverty can erase. The man who gave the ring could be any one of us if we learn to see with eyes of compassion rather than judgment. To look at others not through layers of assumption or contempt, but with respect for their inherent dignity. The beggar, too, could be any of us during times of hardship, loneliness, or despair. Those moments when we feel invisible, unrecognized, and wonder if our lives mean anything at all. Sometimes, all it takes is a single gesture of kindness, a look of true regard, to rekindle hope and awaken the sense of value within. There is a lesson here for everyday life. You may not possess a golden ring to give away, but you have something just as precious, a kind word, a warm smile, a moment of your time. For someone who is suffering, even the smallest act of kindness can be as priceless as gold, perhaps even saving their spirit from despair. And if you happen to find yourself in the beggar's place, alone, unrecognized, wounded by the world. Remember this: you are not invisible to the one who sees all. In the eyes of the divine, you are a treasure, no matter how life's dust may have settled upon you. Have faith that, at the right moment, someone or something will come to remind you of your worth and help you rediscover your inner value. At the same time, you are called to be that reminder for others, to see their goodness, to extend compassion, to honor their humanity even when the world does not. Let your vision be guided by respect and love not just for those who are easy to love, but for everyone, simply because they are human, because they reflect the image of something greater. In every encounter, let your actions speak with dignity. In every moment, strive to awaken the goodness in others and in yourself. For in the end, we are all both the giver and the receiver of grace, and it is through our willingness to see and honor one another that we create a kinder, more compassionate world.